Ba 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 da 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 ba 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 da 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 ba da ba da ba da 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 da. Madam, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear you, and I was like, "Oh no, madam!"
It's just such high-pitched, rave noises that the sound is like, no, we refuse. We are not going to play that screeching sound to torment the world. I think that's what's going on. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hello.
Hello. Welcome, one and all. Hello, hello.
We have a Lady June Squirrel here and a Scott Mistress. Good evening, my darlings. It's the buttery goodness. How wonderful. Hello, my darlings. It's so good to be here with all of you. Thank you for joining us tonight for our, just it's run-of-the-mill Friday tea. Nothing special. It's not, it's not like we have a really cool secret theme for our question or anything like that. Not at all. I mean, no, it's just going to be boring. We're always boring, right, Grand Arbiter?
I really don't feel like this is on brand. We really need to not. The branding team is really trying to get you to be more hype, and feel positive about yourself, feel beautiful, feel stunning, feel hot, feel sexy, feel cool. Can you do that for the branding team?
I'll try, but it's really hard because it's very hot. My brain is melted.
You know what we need to do? Do we need to do?
Oh no, God, what?
We're sitting.
We're sitting.
We're sitting.
Yes.
We've been stressed out by the state of the world.
That's correct.
I think that the only solution is Grand Arbiter calisthenics. You've been sewing so hard and so diligently. It's so funny to me because you are so high-pitched, you're blowing the speaker. You have to keep the volume down or no one will hear you.
Good evening, Scott Mistress. Good evening. It's the Sass Master General is here with us tonight. And Scott Mistress is ready. She's ready for the calisthenics. Scott Mistress, I hope you're also ready for our Cog Match game next Friday, our Bastille Day edition of Cog Match game. It's going to be amazing. And I'm definitely trying to distract the Grand Arbiter so he forgets the calisthenics.
Raise your hands. Raise them up. Yep. Ah! Okay. Thumb to index finger. Middle to thumb. Ring to thumb. Pinky to thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can't keep up with me. I'm too fast.
You're a menace. I type fast. I stitch fast. Play the piano fast. I'm very fast with my fingers. It's my lesbian superpower.
Okay, well, you're very fast with your fingers. Are you stretched out? Are you feeling a little less?
Stretched out, yeah.
We should do some things that help the Grand Arbiter too, because we've worked on your stuff. Let's work on my stuff. We're beautiful angels, and we're gonna do little angels.
Ooh, and everyone can see my wings this way.
I mean, we're gonna fly, and we're gonna pull down.
Oh, are we? Yeah. Good. Yeah. All right.
Look at that. Ooh, yeah. We're thinking about stretching out back muscles, and then we're gonna go back up. And now we're going to...
So whilst the Grand Arbiter is torturing me, and possibly all of you if you're joining in, welcome to Friday Tea. It's the Friday Tea Grand Arbiter's Torture Edition. And tonight we do have a special theme for you. Thank you to everyone who responded to my very special appeal to you to come and vote, because we had a three-way tie. And it was
tight. It's very rare, but it happens. Our So after breaking this tie, where did we end up, Madam Askew?
Oh, I don't know if we should let people know yet until we get to that point of the
Okay,
conversation. We
well,
should leave them in suspense.
That's fair. Well, we've been sewing.
We have been sewing.
You finished a secret project that's secret until a future date.
That's correct. That future date is Worldcon, but yes. And also, I've been deep in the wonderful throes of the Introduction to a West Kits class with my incredible coterie of sewers who are working away on their various iterations of a West Kit for themselves or a loved one. I love this. I love this. Alicia says, the tie was not my fault this time. Yes, but we know about you and your menacing ways of creating ties. Also, yes, the suspense. We're going to leave you in suspense for now. But this... Yes, there's been a lot of sewing, Grand Arbiter. There's also been a lot of plotting and planning. And yes, the Worldcon countdown. We don't talk about the weeks, but it's coming. It's coming for us. And we were just talking about our to-do list for that. Very exciting. We have, I think we each have 9 things we're doing during the weekend.
8, you have 9.
All right. Yeah, I'm moderating one additional thing.
Yes.
So, but we're going to have a wonderful time. I'm very excited. There's still time to vote on the Hugo Awards, so I need to do that. It'll be my first time voting for the Hugos, and I'm just very keen. I love a good book. I love the Hugos. I'm happy to be part of the little Hugo experience.
Well, and if Murderbot's up for anything, you're going to vote Murderbot 16 times. So...
That's correct. We will not give spoilers, but oh my goodness, Grand Arbiter.
Well, we're not going to talk about spoilers, but you were really moved by the changes that were made.
Yes, I was. So Murderbot, the last episode came out. Usually I watch on Murderbot Eve, Thursday night, as soon as it comes out, but technically it officially debuts on Fridays. And I know a number of us are really into Murderbot. We have a whole special chat space for it now in the Discord, because we're all so excited.
So we're containing it. We're containing it like a pathogen.
Yes. Yes. Oh, and absolutely, 100%. Tracy needs some perimeter time to recover from the finale. We will not tell you no spoilers. No spoilers, Lady June Squirrel, but I will say the finale is powerful. And if you're a reader of the book, it's still going to be powerful for you. So just be prepared for a kind of intense finish to the series. And rejoice, because the good news is Murderbot has been renewed for a 2nd season.
Thank Murderbot.
Thank you, Murderbot. I'd like to also thank myself, because I have watched the series, every episode. I've watched them all 3 to 4 times, except for the last one. I haven't had time to rewatch that one yet, but I will. We
are aware of your deep and tragic damage.
I've also read this series multiple times since the beginning of the year.
Did you start the new one already?
I haven't started it yet, but I did download the new short story. So a new short story came out yesterday for Murderbot. So for those of you who have been reading and love the series, there's something new waiting for you. Very exciting. I do hope that I get to attend one of Martha Wells' panels whilst at Worldcon. She is one of the guests of honor. I'm very excited because I've loved her work for decades.
Well, maybe we'll give you her card and she'll be so charmed she'll want to be on your interview show. Who knows?
Look, that's goals, that's dreams, that's hopes, that's everything I could wish for. That would be such a delight. But no, it's wonderful. So we're not going to give any spoilers, but I'm going to encourage you to watch the show. I did a little review of the books, which is available on Patreon, and talked about the series as a whole. And maybe later I'll write about the show as well, because I've been really charmed by it overall. Although, like all things, the show is slightly different than the books. Not necessarily better or worse, but definitely different. So, and Grand Arbiter, you and Lord Aspland have not been readers of the books, but you have been watchers.
No. It takes a lot of gayness to convince me to read a book. You know this. It really does mean I really can only be forced to read a book after being like publicly shamed by the author. Is really the only vibe that I've got right now, is I have to have a close enough relationship with the author that I emotionally feel bad if I don't read their books.
I'm so happy that I can continue to introduce you to authors who can publicly shame you into reading their books. Also, Alicia Pursbringer says usually she's the curse. If she watches a show, it is likely not to make it past season 2. She's hoping the law, according to Lydia Poet, breaks this curse. And let me say, if you are looking for some wonderful costume drama that is based on history and has absolutely stunning costumes and wonderful characters and a lot of pathos, The Law According to Lydia Poet is excellent. And it's Italian, so I'm predisposed to like it, but the costuming is stunning.
I mean, I think it's pretty great.
Yeah.
And I think that my thing that I like about it a lot is that I had to double expose Lord Aspland to it. So I watched the first episode and he was like, and then we watched the second episode and he was like, and then the third episode we watched and he was like, fourth episode, he was like, Murderbot's today. Can we watch Murderbot?
Yeah, no, look, once you fall in love with Murderbot, you're hooked, and then you want to give it hugs, but it doesn't want to be hugged, so it's a very complicated situation.
It's not ideal for a lot of folks involved, but it is a nice time.
It's a wonderful time. Not remotely steampunk, but absolutely delightful and charming. And
it's got some like steampunk ethos. I think that
that's true.
A lot of the like approach that they take to automatons is very like, it has some very like, I don't know. I think that like it's sci-fi, but it has some of this like steampunk ethos that I find very interesting. Like there's ways in which like it carries with it the same tropes that steampunk really enjoys to implement in its pieces, particularly ones of like espionage and like sort of like bumbling comedic espionage, which you actually don't super see in it's like whimsical like steampunk. It's not quite steampunk. It's not steampunk at all. But like it has some vibes that I think are
some vibes.
Keely. Like I think that like its emotional core and ethos is like very very driven by this sort of like the best steampunk authors that I know write like this, is what I'd say.
Yes. Well, one of the things I love about the Murderbot books, and then I will probably move on to other topics, but we're both obsessed, is that
it's facilitating the only thing bringing you joy every day.
Yes, that's true. I love this. That's correct. Murderbot and also Torment via calisthenics from the Grand Arbiter. So, but one of the things I love about Murderbot is that it is a big critique of things like corporate greed and out of control, leaning into like laissez-faire capitalism and, you know, what it means to be a person and what autonomy means, and all of these things that we see often as themes in some of my favorite steampunk books. What are you doing? Are you like, wrap it up? Like, that's enough, madam? So what's going?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Obsession by Murderbot, our new fragrance.
I'm sorry. I have to really correct you. It's actually Perimeter by Murderbot. Make sure no one gets into your bubble. Perimeter by Murderbot.
The pheromones are calling, but you're saying no. Perimeter by Murderbot. Yeah. It's wonderful. So clearly we're very big fans. We encourage you to go check it out, either the show or the books or both. It's just wonderful. Martha Wells is an incredible writer. And if you like her work, if you've fallen in love with Murderbot and you do not know, she has written steampunk fiction in the past. Lady Juneswell and I have read some of her work. She did this fantastic duology that started out with Emily and the it's the Emily Chronicles, and the first one is about her going to the journey of the center of the earth. I think it's Emily and the Hidden World. Oh no, the title's gone out of my head, but it's so good. Wonderful series. And then she also has
in the Hollow World.
Thank you very much, Grand Arbiter. Thank you. They have recently re-released both of those books in a large an omnibus edition, and so I highly recommend them to you. They're wonderful, sort of young adult steampunk, but with Martha Wells' incredible character development and world building that sort of elevates everything, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, I clearly a keen.
Now that we are cleared of the Martha Wells well, as it were, now we're going to proceed to our Patreon corner. Today's Patreon's corner is.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, we're a team. You take.
All right, great. This week's topic, as chosen by all of you, is fictional character fatal flaws. Which ones are deal breakers when going on a date? Ooh, very exciting. Grand Arbiter, we have a plan for how we're going to handle this. Yeah. Would you like to?
Yeah. So in the comments, if you have a character that you'd like us to discuss, we can just. What's going to happen is we're going to discuss it. You're going to put it into the audience, and oh no, did my internet fail? Or am I still here?
You're still here. I can still hear you. Can you still hear me?
Yes. I'll be back in just a second. I just have to do a little fixing.
Okay. Sounds good, Grand Arbiter. So for the time being, you're all stuck with me. And I hope that you'll help me pick out some really juicy characters to throw at the Grand Arbiter. Oh, you're back.
Oh, no.
Are you back? Oh, we've already got a suggestion in the comments, Grand Arbiter.
Okay,
are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I'm physically here. Can you see me waving my arms?
Yes, I can.
Can you see me? Can you see me waving my arms?
No, okay, I have suddenly been struck off the face of the planet and into a new parallel reality. I see nothing but sparkles.
And plaid and rainbow plaid.
Yeah, so much rainbow plaid.
So what you're going to do is you're going to put a name in the comments. You can either assign it to both of us, or you can just put the name in the comments, or you can assign it to one of us.
Yes.
Madam Askew and I will discuss the fatal flaw, and we'll pick one. So many people have many flaws, but only one is fatal. So each of us are going to pick a fatal flaw, or pick a person. We will discuss the fatal flaw. We'll discuss their problem, and then we will move from there. And we're going to start with
Yes.
some recommendations that we have for each other.
Yes.
And then we'll start there. So I'm going to go first. So Madam Askew, I'm bringing you a date, and your date is Louis from Interview with a Vampire.
Vicious choice, Grand Arbiter. Who knows I love Interview with a Vampire. Look, Louis. You know, his real fatal flaw for me is that he's so married to his own personal suffering.
He's apathetic in his own suffering. That is like
Yeah.
absolutely, his apathy is like the defining feature of his character.
He just cannot let go of it. He could be so delightful with a little therapy. He will not accept the realities of his situation. Granted, it's a sort of unfortunate situation, but yeah, I think he loves to suffer.
I think that that's true. I think that he's also a bit of a bummer and would be terrible to take to tea parties.
Oh no, you couldn't bring him to tea parties.
It'd be like blood tea parties, and he'd look in the cups and he'd be like, blood? I don't mean to be immortal. All the violence and cruelty that I choose to continue to enact and not destroy myself, because my only cowardice that's greater than my cowardice towards violence is towards, taking action in my own life.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
All right. Grand Arbiter.
Yes.
So what an excellent, wonderful, fantastic choice that was. That was such a good one to throw at me. I have to admit, I'm really impressed by the choice. I feel like mine is probably not as strong, is not as much of a conundrum for you, but Aquaman.
Okay. So Aquaman has like a few problems. So Aquaman, I know a lot about Aquaman. I watch a lot of cartoons.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm actually laughing at the suggestions in the comments.
Okay.
There's some good ones. Please.
Aquaman's major character flaw is actually hubris. It's really the thing that keeps keeping him down. And his own sort of like lackadaisical attitude towards problem solving. I think that in general, he'd be a perfectly fine date. I actually think his fatal flaw is not particularly fatal to him. My one thing would be that he often will not, his duty comes before all other things. So his duty to the Kingdom of Atlantis after taking owner, like at his current Aquaman, in his current form, is focused primarily on the protection and sanctity of Atlantis. And ultimately, I think that has a long-term negative consequence for your ability to spend time with him. Also, I think that there's something to be said of like, I don't think this is a fatal flaw, but I think it'd be a challenge in the relationship because he has all these other people he can talk to about stuff, and you can't communicate with those people at all. And those people, of course, are fish. So like he has all these fish that he can talk to, and you can't hear those conversations. It's sort of like having a bilingual partner and you live in the region they're in. You can hope that they're not talking crap about you, but you never know.
Never know. You never know. Oh my gosh. The fish talking is like very dodgy, but I think you're
also,
right.
I think his fatal flaw is that he smells of brine, which I think gets old.
He's salty. Who wants that long term? Oh my goodness. All right. Okay.
Mal Reynolds, Madam Askew, you are a Mal Reynolds stan, so please proceed.
Yes. Look, Mal Reynolds is he is a flavor that I have fallen for before. I'm a little chagrined to admit his big fatal flaw. He's emotionally unavailable. He will not be in touch with his emotions. He doesn't really want to deal with your emotions. He's very like I'm going to just sort of like plow through all of those emotional things, and you all just have to like fall into line when the emotions get thorny.
I think that that's true. I think that the thing that actually is his bigger flaw, though, is that he always thinks he's right.
Oh, Lord.
He's
Yes.
never learned a lesson about his own failures or his own bad choices.
His
So,
own
like,
hubris.
he cannot question the history of the Browncoats. Like, he can't question their choices. He can't question his own actions as an outlaw. And he consistently is like, it is okay for, like, my choices are my choices, but he's often judgmental about other people's choices.
It's true. He
That,
does
like,
look really good in tight pants, though.
Sure. Lots of people do.
That's true.
Okay. I think this one's for you, too, because it's Prince Regent from season 2 of Blackadder.
This is such a deep cut. Now, I know for a fact that there are multiple people in our community who probably love Blackadder and are familiar with the comedy. It's Rowan Atkinson of Mr. Bean fame. And honestly, I cannot really enjoy Mr. Bean very much. It's not a humor that works for me, but I love Blackadder. And I mean, Prince Regent is played by Rowan, isn't it?
No, it's Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie. Oh my God. Well,
it's the French-looking guy. It's the one that has the big white wig and white face. He's a
fool.
He's a what's it called? He's a fop.
He's a fool. I mean, he's a fop. He's not a very. Look, foolishness is always a fatal flaw for me. I must be able to have a reasonable conversation with a person, and I cannot abide. I love a dandy. I love someone who is I can even enjoy a roue. I don't want to go out with them, but I can have tea with them and have a good conversation. But a fool? Where's the conversation? I feel like I have to cut their meat for them at dinner. It's no good.
No, not a great fit. I do think that the problem is that he's an idiot, right? Like that's that's cute for a hookup, not cute for a life. And even for a hookup, it's like, can they find the right hole? Who knows?
Oh, you did. You went there. You said it out loud. I heard you say it. Oh my gosh. All right,
Okay.
all right. So this one's for you, though, because I've answered the last two.
Okay.
Riker from Star Trek, The Next Generation.
I think that the biggest challenge with Riker is that you never really know where you stand with him. He's not particularly, like, he's jovial, he's friendly, he's kind, he tries hard, but you don't really get a good sense of, like, what he is like. He's not invested. He's kind of flighty.
That's because he has one great love, and he's never gotten over her, and he keeps holding a torch for her and not moving on. Oh, Riker. Imzadi.
Eventually, they figure something out, but it's a messy time for everyone involved.
It is.
I think the bigger thing is also how much do I really want to date someone who gets into a chair weird every time I sit down at dinner? Like, every time we get to dinner, he's crawling over chairs to get to the chair.
He gives great eye contact, though. He's like very present in the moment, and also he's GGG. He's really
He's very down. He's very down
game.
To clown. He's very down to clown. I think also if there's any indication of like some root problems with him, he's way too easily radicalized. He joins the Maquis so fast.
Oh, I forgot that.
Right? His double joins the Maquis.
Oh, Thomas.
Then Thomas rebels against the and like it's not even a good choice. It's very complicated. It's a bad thing because the Maquis are fighting for justice of their own, right? but is a complicated thing.
You cannot judge William Riker by Thomas Riker's action. That's
the vibes inside him, though. He's got the potential. Everybody's got potential.
This is a good point in defense of Mal.
Sure. One time he felt bad about something.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not going to do a Star Trek run right after that one, but I definitely think Madame Askew, Alexia.
Oh, good googly moogly. All right, look. Alexia Tirabotti from the Pearsallverse. For me, we would be possibly wonderful bosom friends. I think we'd get on very well, but we are both too emphatic. I think my fatal flaw and hers would be a bad mix. It would be a terrible time because she's so direct. She's so emphatic, and I'm not direct, but I am also emphatic, and so
she's not particularly like, this isn't just a flaw. This is just a part of her personality and her limitations. She is not good at reading people. She won't know when she's hurt your feelings.
But then I won't say anything because I'm that way.
Yes.
Oh, this is very personal. This is like a lot of personal information about Madam. But no, I want to be Alexia's friend. I think that we would be so delighted to like sit down and have tea and despair over bad hat choices from Ivy, and be chums with Biffy, and also the real threat is she's the real threat for me. But Alexia, I think that we would just, because it's both a problem and also a danger, but she's direct. And as the Grand Arbiter says, we'll plow right through things. And so that would be a challenge for me. But I love her.
And neither of you would ask for help, so you'd both fall on your faces, be real bummed about it, and then not think about how you could have solved that problem with friendship.
All right, look. Fine. All right. Sure. Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. That one's for you.
Yeah. So I think Edward Elric's is that his deep personal shame of his choices really drives all of his behaviors. And so, I mean, his anger, his hot temper, because he's got his own sort of vibe. He doesn't really have the same kind of ego as he did when he doesn't have the same kind of ego as he did as a kid. But his deep tragedy for when he is tragic, because the Full Metal Alchemist is not a tragedy. It is truly a story of transformation and self-sacrifice, which is great. His great tragedy is that he carries anything that he's ever failed to accomplish, anything that he's failed to do, he carries with him for all time. And that works if he is in a good mood, but if he's in a bummed mood, he's really annoying. And also, he's got a really big anger problem, and I'm not about that.
Oh, no. Oh, he does.
Okay.
All right,
this one from Murderbot.
This one's for both of us.
Okay. Garathan's fatal flaw is that he does not believe he's deserving of forgiveness or love.
Yeah. Honestly.
He does not believe he is worthy of any good things. And when good things come, he does not attribute them to himself. He attributes them to other people.
He cannot trust the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love Garathan, though. He's a great character. And I'm going to stop myself there before we delve into another
Yeah, I know, I
tangent
know.
about Murderbot,
Uh,
but he's great.
Stede Bonnet's particular vibe is he's naive. He's naive about the world and naive about like the risks he poses to other people.
Yeah.
That does not mean that he's not a good partner, but he also is quite cowardly.
Well, he has a lot of growing to do, and that growing is also to confront his emotional cowardice. I think his emotional cowardice is a really big problem in terms of having a relationship with him, because he backs off from the honesty of the moment sometimes and the scariness of the moment, and he will fall back on the safe, place to be.
Still probably worth it, though, probably in the long run.
I mean, look, it seems like there should have been another season, but yes, I think so in the long run. All right, here, this one I think is a good one for you, Grand Arbiter. Seahawk from the new series.
Clearly, Seahawk's greatest fatal flaw is that he cannot keep a boat from not bursting into flames. For a person who is so often on the water, his boats, shockingly, are constantly on fire. That, to me, is a deep irresponsibility and no sense of seafaring safety. That gets a no from me.
Good evening, Robert. Robert bringing us back to Star Trek with Mr. Spock for both. Mr. Spock is for both.
I think that Mr. Spock's fatal flaw is, again, his feelings are too strong, but he doesn't accept them as part of who he is as a person.
It's very conflicted. Vulcans everywhere, emotionally unavailable, which can be a real problem. It's not working out well for Nurse Chapel, to say the least.
I mean, I don't think it's going to. I mean, it can't. But also, the framework is like, Spock is a good friend.
Yes.
But Spock is not a... Vulcans suffer from strong emotions that are stronger than humans and are overwhelming. And his ability to manage them is really, his solution is to just not have them. And that is not really conducive to a great relationship with other humans.
Right.
It works with his dad, who dates lots of humans. Both his wives are human. Isn't that wild?
It is wild.
Derek
especially
is
for
a slut for humans. Absolute slut for humans.
He's got a type. He's like, I don't want to engage in emotions, but I really love that human experience of emotions. Well, I'm going to just bring us back for our second Star Trek, a third Star Trek outing, but our second one from The Next Generation, Guinan. Grand Arbiter.
You don't even know, do you?
I feel like there are no fatal flaws for Guinan.
Guinan's her sense of scope is too large. So her sense of because she can exist, she experiences the way that her species experiences time and reality. It's so wide that her scope is gigantic, and she can see everyone in it and see all the possible outcomes and sort of perceive of what might happen next. But that means she's not present, which is important for being together. Notice the theme. But the other part is she's already over something when you just start feeling it.
So, that's not an insight I would have seen. I clearly did not see it, and I think it's a really good insight, Grand Arbiter. But now I need to know, and so does our SAS Master General and everyone else, What about Lord Akldama from the Parasolvers, Grand Arbiter?
All people are replaceable. A person with that much loss cannot invest in individual people.
Oh, he's devastated by Biffy.
I mean, he is devastated, but notice that he gets over it fairly quickly. For a being that old, and also Biffy's not even dead, right? Biffy's just life is different. And like that's the person resistant to change. That's a person who's resistant to loss. And so, and of course, Biffy's the only drone who has a name.
They all have names. It's just that Biffy
is the only name we know.
Introduced to other drones, we just all forget about them because Biffy is so, you know.
Well,
Biffy.
He's central to the plot. That's the point. But my point is that like I think he probably is a good partner conceptually, but I would say that he is polysaturated.
Oh, yeah.
Too many partners. And so it's like, and like, the only way for you to get up leveled with partners is for him to like decide to do that. And he doesn't make drones into vampires very often, to our understanding.
Well, because he can't. He needs the vampire queen.
He doesn't.
That's true. That's true. No, the Grand Arbiter is pulling no punches. That is correct.
Pull punches on a fictional character.
Oh, no, never.
But like, also, like, he probably is a great partner in like a ethereal sense, but in a partner sense, you're never really partners. It's always him dominating you in a very specific way. And that power relationship is not one that like gives you many like levers to get what you need.
That's fair. All right, I'm going to jump around a little bit because there are at least 2 or 3 that the Grand Arbiter must answer because I don't know the characters well enough. But like Alucard from Castlevania, that one's for you, Grand Arbiter. And so is Sasuke from Naruto. I've never watched Naruto.
Sasuke.
I didn't even say it right. Sasuke.
Okay, Sasuke is famously famous. The edgelord that launched 100 not edgelord ships. Sasuke is a person who, even when he's wrong, believes he's right and believes that vengeance is the only solution. That means that if you ever make a mistake, that he believes that, like, he's the kind of person that if he thinks you're cheating, you are cheating, and therefore he detonates the relationship, right?
Oh.
Like, he's not also, like, we've seen how he is with Naruto, who is not his true love in the canonically, but he should be. It's a better love story. But he consistently is neglectful as a father and as a parental unit. And you're like, what do you like? He just assumes the worst about everything and about everything in the world and is not a good team player. And a relationship is a team.
Well, and we have learned something. That sounds terrible. On a note about our wonderful Lord Akldama, Alicia asks a very important question. Do we know for a fact that he does not call all of his beloved drones Biffy? We do not. We'd have to ask Madam Gale for clarification.
Sure call them all Biffy because Biffy is a specific to his name.
Oh yeah, but it's a good gag. It's a good joke.
Yeah,
all right.
No, this is absolutely true. Naruto and Sasuke are a black cat golden retriever pairing, and and Naruto is trying. So context is key here. Yes. Sasuke betrays the ninja village of the Hidden in the Leaves, the village that they're a part of. He betrays them because he finds out that the village is doing naughty things that is bad. But Naruto refuses to lose his friend. And so Naruto chases Sasuke to the ends of the earth and basically tells Sasuke, you'll have to kill me before I stop trying to bring you back. And then Sasuke tries to kill him.
Sasuke considered therapy. That sounds like it could be helpful for him.
Yeah, no, it would have been. I mean, part of the problem is that his brother killed their entire family and their entire clan. So, like, that's part of it. And he killed all of them to save Sasuke, but Sasuke doesn't know that at first. And also, the clan has this, like, fucked up thing where part of their power involves them seeing a loved one die. And in order to unlock that, they have to watch a loved one die. And that has really warped their culture around murdering their loved ones. It's a lot of problems.
That's very sad. I'm not laughing at what the Grand Arbiter is saying at all. I am laughing, however, at Tracy's comment, because the Grand Arbiter is like a secret therapist for fictional characters.
I mean, the Uchiha clan has like a deep-seated problem of eugenicist culture around, because this is the problem with all of ninja society, is that it's a eugenicist culture that's designed to continue to breed blood-based powers that are developed by your, like, determined by your family line. And so
this is in the context of the anime, right? In
the context of the anime, all of the powers are determined by, like, bloodline heritage. And so, like, you can't not, like, there's some powers that are seen as sort of like so powerful that we also hate them, but also lust after those powers, and then harvest their eyes and put them in our bodies like creepy creepers.
Never watched this. That's okay, because now we've got Alucard from Castlevania. I have watched Castlevania. He's the vampire, right?
He's the half vampire. So he's
the half vampire.
He's Dracula's son.
Conflicted within himself.
I actually think that his fatal flaw is actually not his responsibility. I think he actually has done a lot of work. Alucard does a lot of work over the course of his life. Other people have taken advantage of his kindness and compassion. And that is criminal behavior, and have forced his hand. Oh, Trevor's problem is definitely, I do think Alucard is like, his fatal flaw is, of course, his like sinking into like despair. He just sinks into despair too easily. But he actually gets out of it pretty quickly. He's actually he does the work. Alucard does the work, and he keeps a Belmont around to keep him centered, which is always good. Trevor's big thing is definitely that he's too gung-ho, but he does not value his life enough. And so he does not get a good sense of what his, like, he doesn't have a good sense of like how to protect his own body and his own life, because he, in his mind, like, it's not he doesn't think he's valuable or that he's worthy. It's that he's more focused on the things he's trying to do to be successful, to save lives, to live up to this legacy that's been tarnished and destroyed. And
sort of dashing in the dark shadows, standing dramatically.
I mean, he doesn't really stand dramatically in dark shadows. He's really more of like a drunkard.
Right, whatever. I'm just having a moment. All right.
I do think that Trevor Belmont's probably his greatest his susceptibility to vice is definitely his number one fatal flaw, which is like, honestly, not that big a deal.
Not for the Grand Arbiter, and now you've learned something about the Arbiter.
I'm just saying my goodness. Like, a mild weakness to vice is not the same as like unwilling to accept love and will murder you.
All right.
What do you think, Madam Aragorn? What do you think?
Look, Aragorn, he's competent. He's in touch with his emotions. He's willing to wear his heart on his sleeve when he has a moment to do so. He will weep for his friends. He will be concerned for the people around him. And also, he has this undying love, and he's decided to make decisions for her rather than allow her to make her own decisions, right?
I think that that's definitely part of it, but I think the other part is his deep resistance to authority. So he is really resistant to being told what to do, but also
Aragorn?
Yeah. That's why he resists that's why he moves away from all of his life and has to the whole rise back is getting back to his origin.
Yeah, but no, I don't think that he's resistant to authority being imposed on him. He's resistant to taking on authority. He doesn't want to be in charge, take on all of that responsibility for all of those people, but he's happy to make decisions for Arwen about what's good for her. So to Dad, poor Arwen. It's probably just like an era in which it was written. But no, Aragorn doesn't want to accept his skill, his rightful place. He's like, no, man, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be in charge. I don't want to take on this terrible burden. No.
He's got a lot going on.
He does.
Also,
but he's
the
also
problem is that he's got a destined partner, and it's I am not getting in between that.
Look. Also, to be honest, for me, as much as I love Aragorn, and I would definitely follow him into battle. And yeah, no, this is true. Movie Aragorn is different than book Aragorn. Book Aragorn is straight up on the road to Gondor, and he's just going to do his duty. And also he will stop every now and again just to sing, because that's what they all do in the books. And I love them, but there's a lot of singing that happens. But it will always be Éowyn for me. Éowyn is the one that I have to be careful of. She stole my heart, and she's another one who's not emotionally available. It's just such a problem, Grand Arbiter.
I don't even think we need to touch this one because it's in the title of the book.
Yeah.
Not to be too on point, but it's in the title of the book.
Yeah. It's true. Look, Lizzie is that girl who's so smart and so witty, so quick, and so much fun to sit and have tea with, and also a little bit blinded by her wittiness and her sharpness to her own prejudice and her own pride. Yeah.
Kermit on the Frog only has flaws if you don't like a man who wants to be stepped on. But Kermit the Frog, I have to believe that the Kermit the Frog Miss Piggy situation is actually he's totally on board for, because he clearly is continues to go back to that vibe and not to he likes her. And so my vibe is Kermit the Frog is pretends to not like what he likes for sure. But
Kermit. Yeah. He's got a bit of a martyr complex.
I mean, I think that more than a martyr.
I love Kermit though.
I do think that more than a martyr complex, Kermit just is a deeply responsible guy who likes a bratty princess, and we don't make fun of Lord Asplund in this house.
husband is Kermit and you're Miss Piggy is what I'm picking up.
Hi. I think that we've gotten through all of them that were on the list.
No,
that we had.
well, there are a couple that we like breezed past. We did not hit. We did not hit on Esme Weather Wax from the Discworld books. There's Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and look, we've got a Colonel Wickham. Oh, no, this is a good one, though. You have to date either Legolas or Gimli. Who shall it be?
I think I date Legolas, but mostly because I don't really want to have, like... Legolas will just sit and listen and then say one sentence and then allow me to continue talking for an excessive period, where Gimli will expect to have equal conversation time, which... that's not really going to happen. Also, I never want to be with a man who has like a short person, like a tiny king complex.
Oh. Well, I mean, I suppose Gimli does get a little bit angsty about his height. He doesn't want to be thrown around.
Well, he's also very proudful, and he needs to be the best, and like needs you to believe it. And I like a man who does not need me to prove. He does not have to prove jack.
Yeah, no, and Legolas is very confident in his skills in that quiet confidence sort of way.
Also,
it's true.
You can see me with his elf eyes when I'm being taken to Isengard.
That's very handy, honestly. He's got really good sight. Really good sight.
Yeah, he can read the menu from a far distance.
He'll call you up and be like, I read the menu. I know I'm a mile away, but this is what I want. I saw what you were looking at. We can split seas, but yeah.
So what do we have going on this weekend, madam?
Oh my gosh, yes. I think we're going to wrap it up there with the characters. These were great, by the way, everyone. Thank you so much for throwing so many wonderful suggestions into the comments and for playing along with us. Yes,
I do know that.
Yeah, well, yeah. Then look,
you're meant to be together, but if I have to pick one, I know which one I pick.
Legolas. So this weekend we do have our Crafternoon tomorrow afternoon on the Discord, our sort of weekly get together, social and crafting time. You can come work on projects or simply hang out for the company. There's no boundaries of what kind of projects you can be working on. Last weekend, we had a wonderful person join us who was working on their garden. We've had people join in just to like be organizing their library. Whatever you're working on, come for the company. That happens usually 3 in the afternoon on the Discord, 3 p.m. Pacific. And then, of course, I have the continuation of our fantastic Westkit class on Sunday. Next weekend, though, starting on the 18th, we have so much going on for you because the 18th is our special edition card match game in honor of Bastille Day. And we have an incredible lineup of special guests this time. I'm so excited. Grand Arbiter, would you like to share a little bit about our special guests?
Yes. So some you already know. It's the acute angle in our performing pyramid triangle. It's Eve Riot.
Ooh, excellent. I love Eve. I'm so excited to have Eve back with us again. They're an incredible addition to Card Match every time. And of course, we all love celebrating Bastille Day. Very keen. I'm very excited, Grand Arbiter. We're having David R. Slayton join us this time around.
Yes. White Trash Warlock himself.
we love David, and one of the things I adore about David is that he's gotten Grand Arbiter to read those books, which makes me very delighted. We are also having the wonderful Amanda from Yester Queers joining us again for more adventure. I had the joy of interviewing her on Sip the Tea a couple of months ago, and I'm thrilled to have her back so soon for more fun and nonsense. So that's going to be wonderful. And we have our final guest.
And it's going to be, of course, I don't remember their pen name right now.
TM Kuta. I know.
TM Kuta. I was like, I know their real name, but what's their magic name?
Kuta, our wonderful friend, many of you know from the Discord, fantastic writer of wonderful cozy Sophic fiction, very funny, very charming. We are delighted to have this brilliant lineup for our Cogmatch game. Now, for those of you who've been to Cogmatch before, you know how it happens, how it goes. The prize is clout, but we need people who want to compete. So please be certain to join us in our virtual tea parlor on Zoom for Cogmatch game next Friday. We'll also be live streaming it to YouTube for those of you who cannot join us in the Zoom chat, but I highly encourage you to join us in Zoom. I will be posting that link later on this weekend to make it available for everyone. It will be posted on Patreon and on our website.
Things for me this week, I will be doing not one, but 2 live streamed Magic the Gathering games tomorrow morning and Sunday evening. So if you are desperate to watch me smush cardboard at other people, have at thee. I will be posting links, of course, in our chat as we get closer to. I'll send it to you bright and early in the morning so you can see it. It's Discord. 11 a.m. Pacific on our Discord, and I'll be sending a link to Twitch so you can check it out and watch me. You can support me as I throw violence. And book club is this Sunday, or it's next Sunday?
It's next Sunday. So, and book club on Sunday the 20th. We are going to be gathering together for our book chat. We're discussing the fantastic Clockwork Boys by T. Kingfisher. I'm so excited for this discussion. I love this book. I cannot wait to chat with all of you about it. And we've started this new thing this month. So in Discord, we've started the chat a little bit early so we can talk about more aspects of the book than we're able to get into during the virtual chat. So please dive into the Discord. By the way, we have mentioned the Discord a few times, and if you haven't joined us there yet, there's always time to join us on Discord. We love our Discord community. It's a wonderful place to keep up with all of us, to get into the conversation, and you do not have to worry about things like advertisements or, I don't know, the algorithm deciding what you can read. Now, you may find that you're overwhelmed by the sheer amount of what we talk about in Discord, but the good news is you can opt in and opt out of the conversations you're not into of your own volition. We're talking about autonomy and self-direction, and we love that. So please come and join us in our steampunk community Discord. We love it there. It's such a nice cozy space, and as Tracy says, come chat with us. We're characters. That's correct. Thank you, Tracy. Such a good time. So please consider joining us on our Patreon. Patreon is the lifeblood of our community. It enables us to keep doing all of the nonsense that we do every week, every month. Without our incredible Patreon community, none of this would be possible. And we adore our Patreon supporters. So thank you, Patreon. And if you haven't joined us there yet, joining at any level from the free tier on up is very helpful to us. But that biscuit tier does a lot of work, and I know I'm grateful for every supporter there. So thank you all very much. Grand Arbiter, I think that's all the news that we need to report before we say goodnight.
Okay, so please proceed with your absolutions as we leave.
My absolutions? That's a new one. All right, Grand Arbiter.
The ablutions, but it just
Absolutions.
absolutions.
I shall tease you about it forever. So yes, my darlings, this is my moment to remind all of you how incredibly important it is right now, as the world is difficult, as so many things are coming at us fast and furious, to treasure yourselves as we treasure you. Staying present in your value and remembering to take care of yourselves and to embrace joy is a revolutionary act right now, because it will help you stay resilient. And I am desperate for you to continue to be here on this mortal coil so I can continue to torment you with terrible jokes, awful puns, and lots of nonsense about tea. And if you don't take care of yourselves, I will be forced to haunt you all like an enraged cat, which is terrible for the crockery. So please do something kind for yourselves. Get a good cup of tea, get those vaccines and boosters, and we will see you next time. Grand Arbiter, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Don't let someone with a really boring, fatal flaw ruin your life. Only let a real hottie ruin your life.
Boom.
We'll see you folks
Good night,
later.
everybody.
And check out our new closing video by Madame Askew.